This video corresponds to section 5B.2. This video will demonstrate how to locate and construct the incenter of a triangle. This corresponds with page 3 of your note packet. Now, as you can see by the definitions up top, the incenter is simply where three angle bisectors will intersect. Now, as you saw in 5B.1 when we constructed the circumcenter, where three perpendicular bisectors intersected, that's exactly kind of the same process we're going to do here, except we're going to make three angle bisectors because, well, we have three angles. If you do this correctly, just like with the circumcenter, all three angle bisectors will intersect in the same spot. Now, you can see a couple of things about the incenter up at the top here. The whole purpose of an incenter is to inscribe a circle within a triangle, which means I could draw a circle around the incenter point and it'll fit nice and snugly within the triangle. The one key thing about the location is that the incenter is always located inside the triangle. So incenter, inside. So that'll tell us basically our location of our incenter has got to be within these boundaries. If it's anywhere outside of that, there's a problem. So we're going to go ahead and create three angle bisectors. We're going to start from angle A. We're going to go ahead and make the angle bisector from that. And then we're going to go ahead and make the angle bisector from B and C. Very similar to the circumcenter video that you worked through. You need to make sure that as you're doing this, since you're doing three of these at the same time, that you go ahead and take your time in terms of constructing them. Do one full construction of an angle bisector at a time. Pay attention to what arcs and lines you're using for each. So let's go ahead here and start with angle A. So you're going to put your compass point on A, just like I'm showing you here. You want to go ahead, make your angle, make your arc going through the angle. Again, it should intersect through both sides. So the side CA, the side AB, it's going to cross there. You want to have two arcs, just like we did with a regular angle bisector. So you want to put your compass point where the arc and one of the sides intersect. So right up here. And again, you're going to go ahead and draw an arc. Keep your compass the same width and do the same thing from the other intersection of the side and the arc. So from down here, put your compass point and go ahead and draw that second arc. Now, if you do it correctly, obviously they will intersect each other. That's part of the goal. And that will then allow you to construct the angle bisector. So you're going to take your straight edge. Again, line up that intersection of the two arcs and your point, your vertex point A, as best as you can and as accurately as you can. And go ahead and draw yourself a nice straight line. I'm going to bold it out here so that we know that's a focal point. Okay, so there's your line. Okay, you've got your line here, and that's your first angle bisector. So I can go ahead and even mark it as such from angle A. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing. We're going to do it from angle B, and what we should see is that the angle bisector from angle B should intersect the first angle bisector we just made. So go ahead, put your compass point on B, swing an arc through it, and then go ahead from each intersecting point, so the intersection of the arc and the side, we're going to go ahead and make two arcs, just like we did in the last one. So I'm going to make arc number 1, and I'm going to go make arc number 2. So you can see that they intersect, the two arcs intersect right here. It happens to intersect just at about the point where the angle bisector from angle A hits. So that'll kind of help mark out where we need to be marking our lines and where we need to put them in. So again, line your straight edge up with the vertex of B and your intersecting arcs as accurately as you can. And there's your second angle bisector. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it with two markings since we don't know what the measure of the angle is. So here you can see where the angles intersect, right here. If this is done correctly, when we do the angle bisector for angle C, it should cross right through this point, or right about through it. Again, accounting for a little bit of human error, but it should intersect this point here pretty nicely. So let's go ahead and do the same process. Put your compass at C. We're going to go ahead And we're going to line it up a little bit better here. We're going to go ahead and put that arc right through it. So there's your arc right here. Okay. So again, you got a lot of arcs going on here. You just want to be careful as to what you're following. It's easy to kind of mush things together. So go ahead. Here's where the arc and one of the sides of the angle overlap. So we're going to go ahead and draw on an arc. From the other intersecting point right here, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. So we're going to line it up nice and accurately. And we're going to go ahead and draw it in. So here's where the two arcs intersected right here. We're going to connect it up to angle C. So again, take your straight edge. Be as accurate as you can. We're going to mark it with 3 lines here, because again, it's our third angle. And if you notice, they intersect right at the same point, right here inside the triangle. And again, that is referred to as the incenter. Now again, when you do this on your own, you may have a slight amount of error, which may put the lines slightly off from each other. Again, if it's negligible, that's okay. If you can tell there's a big difference, erase the line that you made a mistake with. If you see that's inaccurate, try drawing it again. But with these steps, again, you are taking three angle bisectors. You're putting them all within the same triangle. Where they intersect is called the incenter.